Hi, welcome to my channel. I wanted to start a YouTube channel where I could reach out to my fellow booktubers and I could also reach out to my fellow educators. I'm an English teacher. I work in a really small school where I teach middle and high school English. I teach 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade English. And so I'm constantly reading, especially YA literature, but I'm just constantly reading in general, and I wanted a platform where I could talk about the books that I'm reading, give some reviews, and then talk about whether or not these books are classroom appropriate. And if they are, if I feel like there's a way you can tie them into your curriculum, or if it's just books that you should make available on your classroom library shelves, or if these are great books, but they are the behind the desk type of books, which means they are books that you can make available to certain students. You just make sure that you know the student is maybe mature enough to handle it, or that the parents have given permission for them to read books that are more mature. For example, I love A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's not one that I just make readily available to any of my students because it does have more mature content in it. So I only offer it to students when I know their parents have given permission for it, or if they're older, like my juniors and my seniors that are coming into my room. I thought I could start each month by sharing with you my TBR list, and I want to have a different spin on my TBR. I have so many books in my classroom library, and there are many of them that I always have wanted to read, but I've never gotten a chance to. So each month from now on, I'm going to pull one book from my shelves that I've never actually taken the time to read. And then the other twist that I'm going to have is each month I'm going to read a book that was recommended to me by one of my students that I haven't had a chance to read yet. It could be one that's already on my shelf, or it could be one that I have to purchase. In addition to what my students are recommending, I'm also going to be reading books that I want to read. It could be a classic that I've never gotten around to reading, or a brand new book that I've gotten in my book box, or just one that maybe I ordered. I'm always ordering books online, and I'm also going to thrift stores quite a bit. We have a great thrift store in town that has, it's a used book thrift store. I go there probably once every other week and I check out what they have because they're always updating their shelves. And a few towns over, there's also a great book community. They have like 6 or 7 used bookstores, so I try to go there once in a while and see what they have. So my goal is to have a platform where educators can talk about what books they're recommending to their students. We can talk about books that are or are not classroom appropriate. We can also just talk about books and see what people are reading and see what I should be reading that I haven't already read. So I also would like to do some book unboxings. I belong to 5 different book clubs. I know, I really need to cut some out. But I belong to Book of the Month, Owl Crate, Uppercase. I just joined the Second Star Books. I watched the May book unboxing and I thought it was phenomenal. I was so excited by what I was seeing that I actually ordered the May box, and then I subscribed for the next 6 months. Starts in July. So when I get that, I will definitely do a book unboxing for you. And I also belong to And the Story Begins. And I just received in the mail my June And the Story Begins. So I will be doing an unboxing for you with that. You will notice behind me that my backdrop is a little bit different. I really don't keep a lot of books here in my house because all of my books go in my classroom library. I have a few books behind me and I will change them up. For example, I just got Sky and the Deep in one of my book clubs, and Ink, Iron, and Glass. So I will soon, when the new school year starts, I will switch those out and I will put in new books so that those ones can go into my classroom. So stay tuned. I am going to be sharing with you my TBR for the month of July. I also have And the Story Begins to do an unboxing for you, and I have 4 contemporary books that I would like to do a review of and then talk about, again, classroom appropriateness, and then also just my general opinion on the books. So please stay tuned and keep reading.